Hello my loves, this is Mystique and I welcome you to my digital sacred space. Today I am doing a really exciting topic. It's called The Moment You Both Realize That It's Love. And I thought this was such a beautiful topic. This was actually requested by a subscriber, so there was someone from my soul family that commented that they would like a reading on this. So thank you so much. I was so happy to read it because I was like, okay, wow, this is a great topic to do a reading on. I think that moment when you fall in love is so precious, and the moment you realize that it's love is so precious. So I feel like this reading is going to look into that. It's going to get you a glimpse into the future in that moment that you both realizes, or your future spouse, your soulmate, your partner realizes that it's love and that you are actually the one. So I'm going to be picking cards with you today. I wanted to do this process on camera because I wanted your energy to be there with me. So yeah, we will be choosing 3 piles and I will be selecting one card from this pile and one card from this pile to represent each of you. So I will be looking at both of your sides, from your side as well, the moment you realize it's love, and from their side as well. So yeah, you can apply this to your future spouse or a soulmate or anybody. It's completely fine. I feel like the piles are coming out. So okay. Okay, so we have 3, and then from this deck I'll be picking 3 cards as well. For pile number 1, 2 and 3, please. Okay. You can skip ahead to the pile selection if you like. You can just fast forward it 10 seconds. I'll set up these piles and come back for you. So I'm back after setting up the piles, and these will be your piles for today. I picked these tiny quote messages out intuitively. So yeah, this will be pile number 1 with stay focused. I'm also inserting close-ups in case you want to have a look at these piles closely, then to make your selection, so you can do that. Then we have pile number 2 with trust the journey, and we have pile number 3 with trust no one. So very interesting messages came out today for the piles. There was trust the journey and trust no one that came out together, and yeah, because I decided to take it because I felt like that I was intuitively drawn to that. So yeah, and I did cut these like hexagonal structures and this star shaped structure myself with a cutter, which took a really long time. So I'm really interested in what is going to come out and why I was intuitively taken to pick these as your piles. So once again, here we have pile number 1, pile number 2 and pile number 3. You can pause the video here if you want to take some longer time to select your pile. I'm also doing an 18+ version of this, where I'll be looking at the first moment where they have any sexual feelings for you and what are they. So that will be 18+ limited edition only for 111 people. So 111 collective, as I always do for my limited edition readings, and I will be looking at more 18+ side of things over there. It's going to be a paid reading, so you can email me if you want access to that. Yeah, let me know. My email ID will be in the description, the first link in the description, so it's easy for you to access, but it's mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. So YouTube has really strict policies, so I cannot even say like the S word. Yeah. So let's start with the prayer. If you're having trouble selecting your pile, just stay with me through this prayer. Hopefully, when the prayer is done, you'll be drawn to the pile that is meant for you, and that will be your pile for today. Firstly, I would like to start by thanking each and every one of you for being here, for being part of my soul family. If you've already subscribed to my channel and you watch my readings regularly, thank you so much. It means so much to me. I know some of you always comment on every single reading, and the comments are so nice, and you guys are so sweet to me, and you're always saying such encouraging, supportive things to me, and honestly, it helps me go on. It helps me to make better readings for you, to make better content for you. So thank you so much for all of that support. I wanted to start off by saying thank you for all of those members of my soul family that have been here with me throughout my journey here on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I cherish you guys, and your support means the world to me. I'm really fortunate to have people like you here, because there's so many that comment on every single reading, and I really truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I hope you stay blessed always, and the love that you're giving me returns back to you tenfold. So thank you so much for being part of my journey. I love you guys. So now I want to take the time to thank your spirit guides for helping me always channel clear and concise, accurate messages for you. I call upon your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, whatever non-physical beings that are watching over you, to help me throughout this reading today. I'm really excited for this topic. Can you guys tell? I don't know if you guys can tell, because you cannot see me, but I'm really excited for today's topic. Yeah. So let's see what comes out. I ask for divine protection to surround my dear collective, to surround my dear soul family. I ask for them to be protected from any evil eyes, malicious intentions, bad thoughts, negative energies, negativity, any negative entities. If there are any evil eyes, any negative energy being sent my collective's way, please return them back to their sender. I do not want my collective to be surrounded by any negativity, any negative entities, any malicious people that don't have good feelings for them, that don't have their best interests at heart. Please protect them. I ask for this reading to be protected from any evil beings, any negative entities, any negative energies. Please protect this reading. Only light beings, angels, ancestors that have positive intentions towards my collective, only those are allowed to stay here. The rest of you, I ask for you respectfully to leave if you do not have best intentions and good feelings for my collective. I ask you respectfully and with love to leave, as this is a sacred space that I create for my collective. So we do not allow negative energies here. I'm being taken to the message here, trust the journey. I don't know who's watching this prayer, but for whoever's watching this, this is the message that you need. I feel like some of your spirit guides are telling me that you know exactly what it means. Trust the journey. You know what it means. they're saying that you know what it means, so they're asking me not to elaborate on it and to get with the reading. So that's what I'm going to do. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. I extend my love, my gratitude to you, my dear collective. Thank you so much for being part of my journey. I would like to offer my prayers and offer my gratitude and love to your spirit guides and my spirit guides who are going to be with me throughout this reading. And please help me channel accurate and correct messages for collective that's watching, so that they can have a glimpse into the future, a fun glimpse into the future about that moment where they are going to know and realize that it's love. So now I will see you at your pile. I love you so much, my dear pile number 1, 2 and 3. Hopefully you can choose your pile now. If you haven't, you've made the selection. I feel like some of you might be drawn to 2 piles today, because I'm just feeling that. So if you are drawn to 2 piles, maybe there is a message for you. I'll leave it up to you. You can watch 2 piles. You're completely free to do that, but only if you're drawn to 2 piles. Otherwise, you can just go with 1 pile that you are initially being drawn to, and that will be your pile for today. So once again, we have pile number 1, 2 and 3, and then in the limited edition version, I will be looking at 18 plus side of things, the moment, like the first moment where they have any sexual feelings, thoughts for you, your future spouse. So yeah, that will be a paid limited edition reading. You can reach out to me via email mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. If you're interested in purchasing that, you can just write down limited edition and I'll know. So yeah, that's it. I think that's all I want to say. So I'm going to begin with your reading now. So I'll see you at your piles. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose pile number 1, you chose the quote message, stay focused. Now I feel like maybe some of you have lost faith or have now this is not a bad thing, okay? I'm just telling you what I'm picking up. But I feel like some of you maybe have stopped believing in the concept that you even have a future spouse or you even have a divine partner. And the very first thing your spirit guides are telling me is that you do have a divine partner. You definitely do. So please know that if you clicked on pile number 1, you definitely have a divine partner that you're meant to fall in love with. I'm seeing that your soul does have like a romantic contract with another person. So I am picking up on that, and you will be meeting them sometime in your life, for sure. So the very first thing is more of a confirmation that your spirit guides want to give you, and they're saying that if you feel like you don't have like a divine partner, there's nobody meant for you, that's not true. You actually do. So that's the very first thing that's coming out, and it kind of just came to me very quickly, so I had to say it. But if you're here for the first time and you don't know what these readings are, I am actually an intuitive artist and I use painting as my method of divination. So I'm basically using my connection with water and watercolors, which is obviously water is one of the sacred elements that exists in this physical reality, and I channel messages by using my connection and by the water and the patterns that are going to be formed. So I'm actually doing a mini heart painting for you, and so what I'm doing is capturing the energy but in paint format, right? And I'm going to be channeling at the same time from the painting itself. So this is a sacred painting, and because we are looking at the moment you realize that it's love, the moment your future spouse realizes it's love, it's going to be about the energies of that moment specifically. So let's begin. Immediately, I think I was taken to ultramarine. So yeah, this is not ultramarine, I'm sorry you guys. This is called Rose of Ultramarine. Ultramarine is a like a really blue sort of a color. It's beautiful. It's one of the key blues that you need to have in your palette. But this is the color I'm being taken to. I don't know if you have seen my other watercolor readings, then you'll know this, but if you have not, I'll mention it again, there's no issue. I always say this, but this color specifically, this color called Rose of Ultramarine, always for me it's like the ultimate lover kind of color for me, because I always associate, I feel like this is the perfect shade of pink purple, and it's not completely purple, it's not completely pink, it's like that perfect kind of shade, a very rosy cheeks kind of like a blush, like a perfect shade of blush or a perfect shade of lipstick kind of thing. And this color always reminds me of that. Like, I wish I had a lipstick of this color, you guys, but I haven't found it, but I'm really fortunate to even have it in like a watercolor format. I feel like it's one of the most beautiful colors I own, and yeah, it's by Daniel Smith, in case you're wondering. I'm also picking up, I feel like for a lot of you, I'm being taken to this color, which is called Jane's Gray, and sometimes I pick up on a dark energy. It's not bad, but sometimes I pick up on a dark energy when I pick this color. But for you guys, I'm feeling like a nighttime kind of thing. I'm being taken to a night sky specifically. So maybe some of you are, I feel like for some of you, your future spouse is going to realize that they are in love with you, because they go out on a date with you, and the date is during nighttime, or it's in the evening. It's late in the evening, I feel like. And I'm just feeling that your future spouse is looking at you, or you're looking at them, but I mostly feel like your future spouse is the one who's looking at you, and it's night time. Some of you are outside, some of you are in a room, so take it as it resonates. Some of you are outside, some of you are in a room. Oh, look at that structure in the water, look at that swirly design. Are you guys artists? Some of you, I feel like maybe one of you or 10 of you could be artists. I'm just feeling that from that pattern in the water. Yeah, but back to what I was saying, I feel like here it's a nighttime is the time they realize that, oh my god, she really is the one, he really is the one, like they are the one. That is the kind of feeling I'm getting. Something is happening. For some of you, it's a date, and it's at the end of the date that I feel like they're dropping you off. So you're in a room, or you're, like outside your apartment, and that's the place. For some of you, you guys are in the room and near a window, maybe drinking something like a coffee or a beverage. For those of you that drink alcohol and are old enough to drink alcohol, you could be drinking alcohol. There's some kind of drink being shared here. Something is, you guys are drinking something together. And for some of you, for select few of you, you guys are outside. You guys are outside of your home. You're on a date and you're outside. But it's nighttime for all three categories that I mentioned above. So for all of you, I feel like for majority of you, it's the night time, and your future spouse, your soulmate, they are realizing that they are in love with you. And it's more a realization. It's not like I'm not being taken to this kind of a realization, like it's a snap of fingers, you know what I mean? I feel like it's kind of like a realization that is dawning on them. It's not like an earthquake kind of realization. It's not a sudden realization. I feel like in their heart, when they realize that they are in love with you, it's like a moment where it's like their life was leading up to that moment where they realize that they are in love with you, and it's kind of like I'm seeing a lot of acceptance in their heart for this moment and for this realization. Sometimes when you come to realize certain things, we have a lot of resistance to it, like, okay, I don't want this person to be the one, I don't want to be in love with this person is not really my type and all that. And that could be a factor. But for you guys, I'm seeing that your future spouse is kind of realizing that, okay, pile number one is my one. So, and it's like they just accept it, like, of course. It's like an energy. It's like, of course, pile number one is the one for me. Of course. And it's like, it, in their mind and in their heart, it could not have been any other way. I feel like the moment they realized they are in love with you, it was like I knew I was going to fall in love with you. Maybe I was just not admitting it to myself, but I knew I was going to fall in love with you. This is what they're saying through the painting. Um, for a select few of you, it could be evening, or it's a date where they are getting you flowers or you're getting them flowers. There's something about flowers here as well. So that's what I'm picking up from the painting so far. Is there anything else, spirit guides? Maybe some of you guys watch anime together, or are from Japan, or are Asian somehow. I'm just picking that up. Or maybe some of you have future spouses that are Asian or Japanese. There's something about the um, Eastern Asian population here, like the South Korean, Japanese, Philippine kind of. That's what I'm picking up. Maybe you're from China watching this, or yeah, something about Asian countries I'm picking up. East Asia specifically, like Japan and South Korea. That's what I'm picking up. Maybe your future spouse is from there. For some of you, I'm feeling that they could be different. Like if you are Middle Eastern, they are South Korean, or if you are, like, let's say you're American and then your future spouse is Indian. Like there's, for some of you, for only a select few of you. So please take it as it resonates. This is not for everyone. Only for select few of you, that's what I'm picking up, that you could be of the different nationalities or different ethnicities. I'm being called to put this last color in, and I feel like that will be it. So do you guys love taking walks in nature? Do you guys love being, if you are the feminine here, now, if you have feminine energy, doesn't matter what your gender is, but if you have feminine energy predominantly in your chart or in yourself, I feel like you could love taking walks in nature, and this is happening during a walk. For some of you, like, it's a very mundane thing, there's nothing special going on, but it's just that the realization is coming at a mundane time where you're not really doing anything special. I feel like you might even be wearing like casual clothes, and they're like, oh my god, 𝘱𝓬𝓏 is the one, like you're not dressed up, you're not like done up. I'm not seeing you doing a lot of makeup or wearing like a suit, or being all like ready for the date. For some of you, it's mundane. Like I feel like they're looking at you and they're like, oh my god, like 𝘱𝓬𝓏 is the one I want to spend the rest of my life with. And I feel like it's your ordinary, how do I say this, it's your ordinariness. They love you in your ordinariness, like when you're not dressed up, when you don't have your hair done, when you don't have your makeup on, when you're probably like wearing a sweatshirt and you're in your pajamas or something, and they're looking at you during those moments and they're like, oh my god, I could not have fallen in love deeper than this. And this is what I'm picking up. For some of you, it's like you're doing something casual at home, and maybe you're cooking something, and then your future spouse is looking at you and being like, oh my god, I want to spend the rest of my life with 𝘱𝓬𝓏. That's it. And I feel like there's so much acceptance there, and it's like, it's not even like it's not, the moment itself is not kind of bubbling up to the surface from the rest of the timeline that I'm picking up for you guys. It's like it's kind of blending in, the energy of that moment is blending in, and there's so much acceptance. There's absolutely no resistance from your future spouse's side or your side. And they are just like, yeah, I knew it. Sometimes you come to realize certain things and it's like, of course it was going to happen like this, like it feels like destiny. And I feel like that's how your person is feeling. Your person feels like it's destiny to meet you, it's destiny to see you, it's destiny to come to know you, like it was fated somehow. And they believe, I feel like if they were not spiritual, they will become spiritual, and they will start believing that this was fated somehow, because they cannot deny that this feels so like there was a higher power involved. And of course, I feel like your spirit guides were definitely involved here. So I actually picked out two cards here, and I did say that I wanted to look at two cards from different decks, and one of them will be your energy, one of them will be their energy. So let's see what we have here. Wow, oh my gosh. We have Turkey spirit, beautiful. Give with gratitude and grace. Wow, wow, wow. This is so beautiful. I'm already picking up so much. I feel like if the Turkey spirit person is you, I feel like you give with a lot of grace and gratitude, especially if you're the divine feminine here. You give your love, you give, and I feel like your love is nourishing to your future spouse. That's the word I'm picking up specifically, nourishing. It's nourishing to your future spouse. I feel like it's going to help them grow somehow, or make them feel like there's somebody there. And your future spouse has felt alone in their life, in their spiritual journey as well. And I feel like when you come into the picture, they feel like, okay, I'm not alone. I'm hearing the song, "You're not gonna make it alone." What is the name? I forgot the name of it, but that's what she says on repeat in the chorus. "You're not gonna make it alone." No, 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 no. Anyway, that's the song I'm picking up. With 6 plus 1 is 7, so I feel like it's their life path has been a bit difficult, and they could have traveled. Your future spouse could have been a traveler, like they've traveled a lot of countries and stuff. That is what I'm picking up. I'm also picking up that if this is not you, if this energy is not you, you don't resonate with this, I feel like your future spouse's energy could be this. And I feel like one of their love languages is gift giving. So they love to give you gifts. If they're not giving you tangible gifts, they are giving you gifts like a massage, or they are giving you gifts like, let's say they know that you have been stressed at work, right? And they will book an appointment with like in a salon or a spa for you, and they'll be like, "Go, like I've done everything, like I've taken care of everything, just go and relax. That's all I need you to do." And I feel like that's one of the ways that the divine masculine here takes care of the divine feminine. I feel like the divine masculine here is very mature, and the divine masculine here, they are someone who is very in touch with their own self. So they will be very in touch with you as well, and your needs as well. So if they sense that the divine feminine here is getting tired, or is stressed with work, or is feeling unwell, feeling under the weather for whatever reason, the divine masculine is immediately going to come in and be like, "Okay, okay, stop, stop, stop. You need to take care of yourself first. You need to put yourself first." And they're going to remind the divine feminine that, "Listen, like this housework and everything is always going to be there. I want you and need you to take care of yourself." And it's like the divine masculine allows and helps the divine feminine to be more in their feminine energy. So this is such a beautiful energy that I'm picking up here. And it's like a union. It's a perfect union where you guys are giving towards each other. And it's not a giving where you guys are calculative, or you guys are keeping measures or keeping track of what you're giving. It's not even like that. I feel like it's love. So whatever you're giving, whether it's your devotion, whether it's something tangible, or whether it's something intangible, it's with a lot of gratitude in your heart, it's with a lot of grace in your heart, it's with a lot of love. So this is not a conditional relationship. I feel like this is the closest to unconditional love that I've gotten in my readings. Like the relationship that you're going to have with your future spouse is one of the relationships where I feel like this is closest to unconditional love. Wow, oh my gosh. Just when I say that it's closest to unconditional love, we have the temple. Your future spouse, or you, if this is your energy, or your future spouse, I feel like here it's a really good balance. Now I'm picking up a really good balance here. So what I'm picking up here is that both of you have very balanced divine feminine and divine masculine energies. Now, what do I mean by this when I say that is that, let's say we have the divine masculine who is a man, right? So he is somebody who is more in his masculine energy, right? Like forward movement, he's focused, he's determined, he's a leader, he is always putting his energy in a certain direction towards his goals, and then the divine feminine here comes in and kind of grounds him, and makes him, like, gives him the support to run, gives him the stillness that's required, like almost like a meditative experience, gives him the stillness that is required for dynamism. And I feel like it's such a good blend. You guys are such a good match. Such a good match. You guys are a perfect match for each other. Like, I wish I could emphasize this enough, but if you could see, like, energetically both of your energies intertwining together, it's like a DNA strand. Have you guys seen a DNA strand, and how it's kind of like, it's like a double helical structure, and the strands are kind of go like this, like, and they twist together, and they also twist around a central axis. So they are the two strands are kind of bonded with a double bond and a triple bond, and they are also kind of twisted around a central axis. So it's like there is no way that very few things, or there are things that can destroy a DNA structure, of course, but we're talking in genetic terms, but I'm just using the example of DNA as to explain your bond. But the DNA structure is really strong, and the DNA bonds cannot be broken because it's a double bond and a triple bond. So a double bond is basically like it's literally what it says. It's a double bond and it's a triple bond. So there are actually 3 or 4 kinds of bonds, if I'm not mistaken, in chemistry. It's been a while since I've read chemistry, but from what I remember, the single bonds are one of the weakest bonds. So if you see in a carbon chain, they are always attached to each other with a single bond. And the reason why the DNA, which is deoxyribonucleic acid, has double bond and triple bonds, is so that the 2 strands don't come apart, because they are twisted together like this. We don't want the strands to kind of come apart, right? Because if this comes apart, all of the information will be lost, and this can lead to some serious repercussions. This can lead to some serious health problems, abnormalities, physical disabilities. So we do not want the DNA structure to fall apart. It has to be stable, right? And for it to be stable, we need strong bonds, right? And I feel like that's how your relationship is going to be. It's going to be really stable, like a DNA strand. It's going to be really stable, and that is why I feel like the divine masculine here feels extremely grounded, feels extremely safe with the divine feminine here. I feel like the divine feminine protects the divine masculine spiritually, and then the divine masculine protects the divine feminine physically. And it's more like the divine masculine's love is more in the tangible realm, where they are giving you gifts, or maybe like getting you makeup or a new dress or like a new suit, some things like that. And then the divine feminine here is helping the divine masculine be more in his masculine protective provider role, where the divine masculine can step even more into their masculine energy, and kind of that's how you take care of each other. I feel like your future spouse, also the moment when they realize that they are in love with you, the very same moment, I feel like for some of you, they don't just realize that they are in love with you, they realize that at the same time that they want to marry you, and they want to be with you, and it's you that they want to spend the rest of their life with. So the moment they realize that it's love and that it's you, they are also kind of deciding, okay, like, this is the person for me. There's no reason to delay this feeling or to deny this feeling. I know that pile number 1 is the one for me. So there's kind of this feeling, like, because we have the temple here. If you are from India watching this, I feel like you guys, your future spouse is kind of like looking at you and being like, oh my god, like, we need to get married, because in India, the marriage ceremonies sometimes are usually conducted in temples. It's a very sacred ceremony that goes on. So yeah, I mean, marriage ceremonies are sacred, obviously, but in India, we actually have people from temples, or we have sadhus and pandits to do the ceremony, and they will do all of the mantras, and they will do like a whole ritual to bind the energies together. So I'm seeing, like, literally you see here you see praying hands like a namaskaram. So I'm seeing that this is going to be like a sunrise. The moment the energy is feeling to me like a sunrise. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing. Your future spouse is also realizing in that moment itself that they love you, and it's you they want to spend life with. And if you are a woman inquiring for a man, and your future spouse, like you're into men, your future spouse is a man, then they definitely want to get you pregnant. I'm not going to get more into the 18 plus side of things, but let me just say they want you to be the mother of their children, to put it PG-13 and blunt. Yeah, but in the limited edition version, only for 111 people, I'm doing a limited edition reading where I will be looking at the more 18 plus side of things, where I am looking at what like the first moment where they have any sexual feelings or sexual thoughts towards you. What are they and why are they thinking and of that, like if they think about kissing you, do they think about hugging you, like anything that is first sexual thing that your future spouse is thinking of you, or their mind is kind of thinking of that. That is what I'm going to be looking at in the limited edition. That will be 18 plus, obviously, and it will only be for people that are over 18. So please do not approach me if you are a minor. I have a lot of readings here on my channel for you, a lot of future spouse readings, so you can watch those, but please do not message me if you are a minor. Okay, I'm going to age restrict it, so anyway you won't have access to it even if you pay. So yeah, that is going to be a paid reading, and you can reach out to me via my email, which is mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. I'll leave it for you in the description. But I think that's all I wanted to say. I won't get into the 18 plus side of things here because I wanted to focus on the love here, and then from there in that reading I will focus more on the first time where they think of you in a sexual way, and what is that and why is that, what are they thinking, why are they thinking that. So that's what I'm going to look into the limited edition reading, which is only for 111 people, 111 collective. So yeah, this was it for your reading. I am not picking up anything. This is what your painting looks like. If you guys want to see, this is what it looks like. I am also getting a message that the passion between the two of you is going to be so explosive, especially in bed. That's all I will say. I won't say anything much. I can't, because YouTube is really strict, so I can't get into too much details, but that's what I picked up. That was the final message that I picked up for you. Pile number 1, I hope you had fun listening to this reading. If you like this reading, please consider liking, subscribing if you want to be a permanent part of my soul family. If you already are, thank you so much for being here. I love you. And yeah, I take the time to thank you, to thank your spirit guides, to thank my spirit guides, to thank your angels and ancestors for being with me throughout this reading. This was such a fun reading for me to do. You guys seem like a great couple, and you guys are a perfect match. So I wish that you guys come into union in the 3D very quickly as well. And thank you so much to the water, sacred water. Thank you. I bow down to you for allowing me to channel this beautiful energy here in this painting. Pile number 1, I hope you had fun, and hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one, and as always, I'm sending you all of my love. Bye. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose pile number 2, you chose Trust the Journey. Now, I don't know if you were there with me throughout the prayer of gratitude that I did in the beginning after my pile selection. I do that always before I begin any of my readings here. So during that prayer, I actually said that some of your spirit guides are coming through to say to me that you need to trust the journey to your future spouse. So that's the very first message that I'm picking up, is that if you don't believe that you have a future spouse, or if you don't believe that there is somebody who's meant for you, there is. So I am getting a confirmation. You need to trust your journey. You are being led to them. Also, intuitively, the very first color I was immediately taken to was this right here. This one is the Winsor Newton Indigo. I know my palette is really dirty, but it is what it is. I'm gonna take this gorgeous indigo right here. and start painting with that and channeling messages from there. If you are new here to my channel, hi, this is Mystique. I'm actually an intuitive artist and I have my own method of divination where I channel messages from the connection from my connection with water, which is one of the sacred elements, and watercolors, which is my preferred medium at the moment. So yeah, that's how I do my own way of divination. So the very first color that I felt for you, you can watch some of my other watercolor readings. I'm just feeling like I'm feeling a curiosity from some of you. How does this work? Like, is this even genuine? So if you are interested, you want to know more about how I do my watercolor readings, I have more watercolor readings on my channel where I do like thread paintings, I have channel paintings, then I did a portrait of your higher self as well, so that's on my channel as well. You can watch that. I feel like for some of you there is something about your chakras. For some of you there is one or two chakras that are not aligned or not in alignment. I think it's the throat chakra for some of you. Maybe you guys have issues with speaking or thinking, or your mind is like overactive. That's what I'm picking up. And because in the higher self reading, it actually turned into like a chakra healing reading. I was not planning it that way, but your spirit guides had actually come through, and it turned into like a chakra healing reading. So I did like each of the chakras, and I did a check-in with each of the chakras there. So it's a very long reading as well. I think it's like an hour long or something. So you guys will get a lot of information. If you're curious, if you're interested, that's where you should check out, because you will get a lot of useful information there about yourself, especially if you're new to spirituality as well. I'm seeing you in a forest. I'm seeing you alone. Have you felt like you are alone in this journey somehow? On your spiritual journey, on your healing journey? Maybe some of you are Scorpios. Only for some of you, not all of you. Only for some of you, I'm picking up like a Scorpio energy, not for all of you. For some of you, I'm picking up you could be water dominance. So this could be like my pile, where people are mostly like sensitive, emotional, highly emotionally intelligent, very in tune with their feelings. So yeah, I'm picking up on Pisces energy, Scorpio energy. I'm picking up on Sagittarius energy as well. Maybe you guys want to travel or like leave your home. You guys want to go somewhere, but maybe you feel alone. Maybe you feel like you can't go anywhere. Maybe you want to travel with your future spouse, like that's a dream that you have, but you don't know if your future spouse is real. And it's like, I don't even know if a person like that exists. Like, am I wasting my time here? Like, what's going on? You're not wasting your time, pile number one. Like, they exist for sure, for sure. So please do not think that. I'm picking up this gorgeous orange that I made myself. There is a sunrise coming into your life, pile number 2. There is a sunrise that's coming into your life. Yeah, and I feel like this sunrise like is going to absolutely take over your loneliness. If you feel lonely, or if you feel alone in any way, this sunrise, because you see how the orange kind of like took over the blue. I know I used like a lot of water for it, but I don't take any of these things as a coincidence during my readings, obviously, because I'm channeling for you, so that's the intention. Oh my god, I just picked up like an 18 plus, really 18 plus thing that I cannot say here. Oh, okay. What was I saying? I forgot. Sometimes, as a reader, you pick up on like something that's super R rated, and then it's like, Wait, what was I saying? I'm not supposed to say that here on YouTube. um, okay, back to the PG-13 side of things. I'm feeling that you guys are so blended together. You guys are so blended together. I'm seeing like a forest, and you know how forest where there are two trees growing parallel to each other. And above ground, you can clearly see that two trees are separate. You'll be able to tell that, okay, this is the branch and this is the trunk of this tree, and then this is the trunk of this tree. They're just growing in close proximity, but they're not the same. You can tell that, right? On like when you're looking at a tree above surface. But the thing is, if you look below surface, if you've ever dug up like the roots or the ground where there's a huge tree, I mean huge, right? With tree trunks that are like 1 meters or 2 meters wide, the main branch. For those trees, you'll see that their roots kind of just span all over into the ground. Okay. And sometimes when there are trees growing in close proximity, the roots of two trees will intertwine together. And that's what I'm seeing for you. It's like I'm not being taken to any particular moment as such where they realize that you are the one. I'm picking up that you guys are so intertwined and so connected in the 5D that it's almost like when you guys meet in 3D, I feel like they'll immediately just like pick it up like, okay, this is it. Like pile number 2 is it. This is it. Like it could not have been any other way. And there was a similar message in pile number 1, but it was slightly different. For you, it's slightly different. But I'm picking up for you, it's more like it's like they're waking up. You know how you wake up from a good night's sleep and you're rested well, and that feeling of waking up, you feel so well rested that you're happy to wake up, right? And it's that kind of realization where they are happy to wake up to that realization that they are in love with you. And it's almost, and at the same time, it's like, I knew I was in love with you. I knew I was in love with pile number 2. I knew that. I just didn't consciously say it out loud or realize it to myself. And it's almost like their higher self is already in love with you, first of all. Pile number 2, I don't know who you are, but your future spouse or your soulmates, like whichever person you asked for, the person here, they are already in love with you. The higher self of this person is already in love with you, and they're waiting for you to like come into the 3D. I'm also picking up that, let me hold the painting to the camera so you are able to see. Yeah, this is what it looks like. The blues are kind of oversaturated and the orange is dimmed down a little bit for some reason. I think it's the lighting issue here because it's raining, so there's not a lot of light that comes through my window, but it's a gorgeous shade of bright orange, a beautiful sunset kind of orange. So I'm picking up that it's like for pile number 1, I said that it was a sunrise, but for you, I'm feeling like it's a sunset. Now, when I say that, what I mean is it's a sunset in the sense of like, how things kind of come to conclusion and you have your, when a movie ends, it's like you've seen the happy ending and now like it's a happy ending, right? So I feel like this is one of those stories where there is a happy ending. So if you felt like you don't have a happy ending or something, or you've lived like a difficult life, and you've lost hope somewhere that, does this person even exist? Do I even have a soulmate? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. 100%, pile number 2. You do have a soulmate. I'm also picking up that your future spouse could be looking into your eyes the moment they realize that you are the one for them and that they want to be with you and marry you. They could be looking into your eyes. I'm seeing a room. For most of you, I feel like it's in a closed space. So I'm not sensing that you're outside. I'm sensing it's a closed space. And it could be nighttime. It could be daytime. It could be evening. For some of you, it's during the day. For some of you, it's during the night. But anyways, whatever, like it doesn't matter what time of day it is, because when they look into your eyes, they forget everything. So I'm being taken there. Like they're looking into your eyes and that's when they realize, oh, wait a second, pile number 2. I need to marry pile number 2. Wow, this is almost like a real, it's like they've known this. It's like their heart has known this, that you are the one the moment they met you, the moment they saw you, like from the first meeting itself. But their mind kind of maybe took some time to catch up to it. And this moment where I'm picking up the energy here, this moment that I just painted the energy here, this is the moment where they are like, their mind is catching up to it, and it's like, okay, yeah. So it's like they are realizing that you're the one in that moment, but it's almost like they knew that you are the one. It was inevitable. They knew that you are the one at the same time, and they're realizing it also at the same time. So both of these sound contradictory to each other, but they are very true for you. So let me see. I'm gonna keep this here because I felt like it was an important message for you to trust the journey. And these are 2 separate oracle decks that I picked out. So one of them could be your energy, one of them could be their energy, or maybe this is you, maybe this is you. Like, I don't know what's going to come out. Please take it as it resonates, since I know that there will be a lot of people watching this reading, so everything might not resonate. Okay, so you can just crisscross the energy. Wow, oh my gosh, we have such amazing cards coming out today. Like, I am so happy. I don't know who you are, pile number 2. Wow, we have the castle here. Oh my god, your future spouse is going to treat you like a queen, king, like royalty. Royalty. I'm seeing you surrounded with luxurious things, okay, like ultra luxurious, like Chanel, Louis Vuitton. That's the kind of vibe I'm picking up. I'm picking up like a penthouse apartment. I'm picking up like a building with 30 floors, and then you live at the topmost floor with your future spouse. If that is something that you're into, if you're into like that modern life, this is definitely, I'm seeing this happen for you. I feel like your future spouse could be somebody who's very rich or abundant, or you could become very rich or abundant if you're not now. Anyway, there's a lot of abundance for both of you as soon as you like come together, or even individually. Your future spouse is someone who's extremely abundant on the physical level, and I feel like they are also kind of looking forward to spoiling someone. And I feel like they are going to spoil you. I'm again picking up like 18 plus things, but I can't say them out loud. Oh, I wish like YouTube was not strict. So I wish I could just be unfiltered here. But I'm going to be doing like a separate reading, a limited edition only for 111 people, where I will be looking at the 18 plus. I will be unfiltered there. It will be a paid reading, and you can just reach out to me via my email, which is mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. And yeah, just write in the subject limited edition reading you'd like to know about this one, and I'll send you the payment details, and you can have access to your reading in 24 hours. I'm also feeling that this rose here, they see you, especially if you're the divine feminine here, it's like they want to touch you all the time. Okay, I'm going to try to keep this PG here, but they want to touch you all the time. They love your skin. They love your jawline. I just heard they love your jawline. So maybe for some of you, you guys have great jawlines. I'm seeing that you have pretty faces. So they do love your body and your like physical features that I mentioned. But because the eye is closed here, it's not open, I feel like, please don't feel, pile number 2, that this person, your future spouse, is only in love with you because you're physically attractive, because that's not true. Okay, so please remember that they are not just in love with you because you're physically attractive. They are in love with you, like they know and feel your soul. So that is why they are in love with you. I'm also sensing that you could like wearing pearls, or for some of you, you guys could be marrying some kind of royalty, like a prince, like an actual prince or an actual princess. Now, that was a very specific message, so please take it as it resonates. I don't think it will apply to everyone, but I'm sensing a very strong kind of royalty, luxury kind of energy here. So For those of you that are not meeting a prince or like an actual prince or princess, I feel like your future spouse is going to treat you like a king, a prince or princess, whatever royalty term you want to take that. Let me see the other energy. Wow, you have the spider spirit. Oh my gosh, make your dreams real. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck. It's like, first of all, the color is just so beautiful. Look at this. It's so beautiful. I feel like some of you are not liking this. Maybe some of you are arachnophobic and you don't like spiders. It's okay. I'll put it down. You don't have to be scared. Um, I like spiders, and I really like the spider spirit card here. But let's get into the energy, right? Like, that's what matters. I'm sensing here that one person here is somebody who is like a go-getter, like an achiever, and they believe in making their dreams real. And it's almost like one person, I feel like it's a divine masculine, but one person is, I don't want to say chase, but one person is approaching the another person. I feel like the second person is more receptive, more in their kind of on the receiving end of love, and it's like the first person is trying, to expressing their feelings and being genuine and being truthful and expressing their desire to be with this person. And then this person is like, okay, I understand, I'm not in love with you, but let's give this a chance. And it's almost like one person is realizing late that the other person is the one, but one of you is realizing it much, much sooner. And I feel like they are not going to say it for whatever reason. Maybe because the other person might be scared or coming out of a relationship recently. Maybe it's you and you're coming out of a relationship recently, and the time you meet this person, maybe you're not actually ready for another romantic connection, because like, it takes time to heal from a breakup or whatever. Or maybe it's your future spouse who is coming out of a toxic relationship, and they are kind of needing some alone time to heal, to self-reflect, and to learn what they did wrong and what they need in their future relationships, what they expect from their partners. I'm feeling that this is I just heard Christmas. So maybe some of you, for this, this is happening in December, it's in Christmas, or in January, New Year kind of celebration vibe I just picked up. Like, I just saw a New Year party. That's what Spirit showed me. So maybe some of you are meeting at a New Year party, or you are realizing that the other person is the one at a New Year party, some kind of social gathering. And I feel like, of all the people in the room, your future spouse is looking at you and they're like, oh my god, like, there's so many people in this room, amazing people, and pile number 2 is the person that I want to be with. Or it could be you, that's like, so many people in the world, so many people in the room, but like, this is my future spouse, this is the person I want to be with. And it's almost like I'm seeing you holding hands, and it's an unspoken thing. I feel like you guys are not going to verbalize it and say it out loud, because maybe, like I said, right, there seems to be some kind of resistance here to being in a relationship from one of you or both of you. And it's almost like you're holding hands, and it's like an unspoken thing where you trust each other, and it's like, yeah, I know this is real, I know, I feel it too. And it's almost like it feels so potent and so intense, the connection and attraction between both of you, that you don't even talk about it, you don't even speak to each other about it. Now, I know communication is very important, but I feel like there is almost like a telepathic connection here that you guys have. So you guys don't need to verbalize everything, and it's almost like, okay, I know that you're on the same wavelength as me. So it's like, I know that I'm the one for you. That's the kind of thing I'm picking up. And yeah, this is a very beautiful, like, love story that's going to evolve. I feel like when you have your children, when you have like grandchildren, they are going to be very fascinated with your story and how you guys met. And they are going to make you tell the story again and again and again. So you better remember everything, pile number 2, because your grandchildren are going to make you like tell them the story again and again. It's like, it's a very cute kind of vibe I'm picking up here. It's a very family, it's traditional, it's beautiful. both of you believe in having a family together, like having a closed unit. Yeah, this is a very beautiful energy that I'm picking up for you. I think this was it. There was a lot of 18 plus messages that came through, but I will cover that in the limited edition reading. So it's going to be a paid reading. You guys can reach out to me on Mystique Tarot 28 at the rate of gmail.com if you're interested in purchasing that. If not, that's completely up to you. This was your reading. I hope you liked this part at least. And the limited edition reading is exclusively 18 plus. So if you are a minor, please do not contact me, okay? For the reading, I'm going to age restrict it, so you will have no access to it anyway. So please do not reach out to me if you are not 18 yet, okay? Okay, my loves, please, that's important because I have a lot of future spouse readings on my channel here, so please make sure that you watch those, okay? And this was it for pile number 2. I hope you liked this reading. Consider liking if you liked it. Consider subscribing if you have not already and you would like to be part of my soul family. Some of you are new here. You didn't know about like the watercolor reading. Maybe you found it interesting. I have lots more watercolor readings where I do thread paintings, I do channel paintings. I've done a portrait of higher self. If you're interested in looking at how I channel and how I do these readings, you can watch some of those if you're interested, if at all. If not, that's fine too. Anyways, I'm lucky and grateful to have you here. Stop by even once here and grace me with your presence. I'm really happy that you stopped by. I think that's all I have to say, and hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. I thank you. I want to thank your spirit guides. I want to thank your soulmate / future spouse. I want to thank this sacred painting and the water that I used today. Thank you for allowing me to channel for pile number 2. They seem like a wonderful person. I'm wishing you all the very best for your future, my dear pile number 2. I hope you return here. I love you so much, and hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose pile number 3, you chose this quote message called Trust No One. Welcome to your reading. This will be your pile. So I actually pick out these messages intuitively. I do not pick these out myself. And for you, there was Trust No One. So I thought that was a really interesting message that came out for you. But I'm going to get into what that means. I'm also feeling that a lot of you are new here that are choosing pile number 3. So you guys might not be familiar with my watercolor readings. Basically, I'm an intuitive artist, and I actually have my own method of divination where I use my connection with one of the sacred elements, which is water, to channel messages for you. And since I'm an artist, I also use watercolors. So that's what I'm going to do today. I am going to capture the energy of that moment where your future spouse or you realize that the other is the one, or this is love. And that's the energy I'm going to capture in this painting today. So I'm going to paint this with you, and the reason why I do this on camera is because I want you guys to be with me throughout the process, and I want your energy to be with me throughout the process. So that is why I do this. I also cut this hexagonal shape behind with a cutter myself, which took quite a long time than I expected. Actually, no, I think this one only took 15 minutes. The star one was a difficult one because that one is more asymmetrical than this. I'm feeling that there is something about 6 stars, 6 corners, something about 6. Oh my gosh, maybe it's like something 18 plus, but I can't get into that here. I will be getting into that in the limited edition reading. It's going to be a paid reading only for 111 people. So if you want access to that, you can just reach out to me via my email ID, which is mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. It's in the description. So you can email me, and after you make the payment, you'll be sent your reading within 24 to 48 hours. But yeah, I won't be covering the 18 plus side of things here. I will be covering that in the limited edition reading. Basically, like the first moment where they saw you in a sexual way and what they thought of you and why. Like if they had a fantasy or something they wanted to try out with you, if they wanted to kiss you, why was it and when was it. So that's the energy I will be looking at in the limited edition reading. But here I want to focus on why it's love, right? So this one will be the more focused on the moment you or your future spouse realizes that it's love. So the very first sorry, the very first color that I'm picking up for you guys is this one right here. This one is called Naphthalmide Maroon, and if you're wondering what watercolor supplies I use, these ones are actually Daniel Smith fine watercolors. Some of them are from the 𝓲𝓬 range and some of them are, I think, type C or type 2, I think. Oh, yes, of course. Okay. I'm seeing like a heartbeat, like an actual. Have you seen those cardiograms? Are they called that? I don't remember, but have you seen those like monitors that monitor heartbeat? And they kind of go up and down, and that's what I'm being shown. I feel like the moment your future spouse or both of you realize that you are the one for each other and that this is love, I feel like their heartbeat is going to be erratic, and I feel like you're going to be around them at this time. Yeah, you're definitely around them at this time. I'm also seeing that they could be looking at your lips a lot. They could be looking at your lips a lot. I was literally taken to one color for you. Is that it, Spirit? Yeah, they're saying that's it. One color only. This is it. Usually I do like a whole abstract painting, but this is what they're saying. Then I have to be honest and be true to what Spirit is saying. But I will be picking out cards next. So hold on. Let me just shift this. Okay. I also picked up an 18+ message regarding your lips and your mouth, but I won't say it here. I am picking up that your future spouse likes to romance you or likes to take you on dates, and it's like you guys are in a relationship or you guys have known each other for quite some time, but maybe you guys didn't consciously or subconsciously or verbalize it. It's almost like their mind was not ready to maybe admit that you are the one, like pile number 3. Maybe you are not your future spouse's type or your future spouse is not your type, but you guys later find out that you guys are a perfect match actually, and that your future spouse would be a better match for you than the usual type that you're attracted to. So I feel like that's a theme here, where there is something going on where the energy is the opposite of what you like, but I feel like you grow to love it. Let's say you're more into the serious types, right? And your future spouse is actually funny. Like they are not that serious, right? Like they like to have fun, they like to be playful, they're witty, they like to make jokes, and they're funny. And you grow to love this side of them, and you realize, God, like this is so much more interesting than being with a person who's serious all the time, and like you grow to love their charm. And there's this feeling where it's like, I knew you would love me and you knew I would love you. That's the kind of thing I'm picking up here as well, because one of you knew that the other was in love, or that the other is going to fall in love, or they themselves are in love or going to fall in love, and then the other person kind of took their sweet time to realize or to allow the other person in. Maybe some of you are carrying some baggage, or your future spouse is carrying some baggage from their previous relationships, and they don't want to mess this up. There's almost this feeling of like your future spouse doesn't want to mess this up, and they want to do everything right. And they are like, am I experienced enough? Like, can I take care of pile number 3? I'm seeing like some self-doubt on your future spouse's part when they realize that you are the one. Like, that moment is so small, and like their self-doubts are so big, and immediately, like the moment they realize that, okay, I want to make a move towards pile number 3 because they are the one, I do love them, this is love. And then immediately they're taken to like worries, and they're anxious inside, and they're like playful outside, maybe they're serious outside, or like overthinking inside, but they look like calm on the outside even though they're not calm inside at all. And that's the kind of energy I'm picking up, like some kind of opposite energy. Yeah, if you can hear that, that's a confirmation. I'm also picking up here that I picked up a certain message. Wait a second, what was it, Spirit? The realization is going to come to them as true as they are flesh and bone. When you are holding something physical, you can hold it. You know that like this hand exists, this ring exists, right? Because it's physical, you can see it, like you can touch it, you can feel it. That is how this realization is. Usually you cannot see realizations. Realizations are felt, right? You feel it in your body as a certain sensation maybe, but you can't exactly touch it because it's not a thing. But here I'm feeling that the realization is so intense, like the moment is so intense that it's almost like an earthquake. I'm being shown like a seismograph, which also looks a bit similar to a cardiogram, honestly. If you've seen like seismographs, they kind of have this like a ballpoint thing, and it will draw on a paper like this, and then based on the lines they assess whether like the intensity of the earthquake, whether it's an 8.0 earthquake or like a 4.0 earthquake, what kind of earthquake is it. That's how they figure it out, through the seismograph, through reading the patterns and lines on the seismograph. And if you look at like the patterns are like this, right? And in a cardiogram the patterns go like this, like this. So it's vertical, and you see how it's like the opposite. Here in seismograph it's more vertical, whereas in a cardiogram it's more horizontal. So that's what I'm feeling here. Maybe you guys feel like your heartbeats are like opposite, or you guys feel like you guys are the opposite to each other. So maybe that is why you have trust no one, because you might not trust your future spouse, you might not trust your own instincts, you might not trust that this person really is the one. Maybe you think that this person is not the one, and you're waiting for someone else, and you're like, okay, no, like it's not possible that this person is the one. But I feel like this person is like a hidden gift from spirit, your spirit team. I feel like your spirit team is working really hard behind the scenes for this, and they are like, oh, we need to get pile number 2 to meet this person because this person is the one. This person is going to fall in love with him. I'm also seeing that you are meant to learn some kind of important lesson here, and it's not a bad lesson, okay? It's not like something bad. It's something that's very, what to say, beneficial for you. Let's say that you didn't have people that loved you in your childhood, right? Let's say hypothetically you are growing, and spirit is kind of making you understand that, listen, you deserve love, okay? You deserve love, period. So please do not forget to focus on yourself as well, and give yourself the love that you deserve. And also pick partners, pick people and relationships that pour love into you, that will not take from you, that you don't form parasitic bonds, basically, form a symbiotic, mutually beneficial relationships and bonds. And it's okay for you to expect to be treated with respect and with love, because every human being deserves to be treated with basic dignity, of course. So there's that feeling of like there's a lesson there, and it's like, okay, I need to love myself in order to meet this person. I get it now. Like, I'm seeing you realize some kind of thing like that, where it's like, okay, I realize that I need to love myself. I get it, like that's the kind of energy I'm picking up. I'm gonna move this painting to the side, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like after it dries in the end, so don't worry. I'm gonna keep this quote message here so that you can see it. Now, these are two cards that I picked out. They are from different oracle decks, and one of you will be your energy and one of the cards will be their energy. So I picked out both because I wanted to see the energy, like for both of you, realizing that it's love, and the moment where you guys realize that. For one of you, I already did pick, of course, we have the electric eel. I knew this was going to come out, because this card actually fell out when I was shuffling the deck before I started filming the reading. This card actually fell out, and I thought, oh wow, this is such a beautiful card. Look at this. So you see, like, this is a direct reference to electricity. And what did I say about you or your future spouse's heart beating really fast, right? Like, this is what is happening, you guys. So actually, in the heart, in the anatomical heart, the actual heart inside the body, there is a node called 𝑓 node, if I'm not mistaken. And 𝑓 node is actually the node that is responsible for, like, the heartbeat, kind of like that pump, that the muscle contraction and relaxation, where the heart kind of like pumps oxygen and like leaves, like, right? Sorry, not oxygen, blood. Deoxygenated blood and oxygenated blood, right? So what's happening is that deoxygenated blood enters the heart, and the oxygenated blood leaves the heart because the body parts need oxygen, right? So it's actually, if I'm not mistaken, it's the aorta that takes the oxygenated blood. But what I'm feeling, why I'm mentioning all of that is because, first of all, you are the pulse of your future spouse, okay? Like, you are the life of your future spouse. Without the sinoatrial, if you've seen, like, if they are trying to bring back somebody whose heart has stopped working, so basically it stopped pumping, right? They give those electric shocks. Now, the electric shocks are meant to kind of jolt the sinoatrial node to kind of start, like, pumping electricity in a small dose again, so that the heart can start beating again. And what happens here is that it's like there's this feeling of, like, you bringing your future spouse back to life, like resuscitating them back to life somehow. Like, maybe if they were in a stale relationship, or if you were in a relationship where you were not loved, this relationship is going to be the exact opposite of that, right? So this is what is going to make your future spouse feel alive again, and you too. If it's not them, it's you. You're going to feel alive again. 24 seems to be some kind of important number here. Maybe, like, some of your birthdays are on 24. 24 is, maybe you're 24 years old right now watching this reading. But 24 seems to be an important number because we have both even numbers here. It's like a jolt of lightning, like actual electricity. That is what I'm feeling. And their heartbeat is so erratic and so, like, fast and unsteady. Like, it's literally like that. And yeah, that is what I'm picking up here. I wish you guys, like, could understand the significance of the sinoatrial node in the heart. So basically, you must know that the heart has 4 chambers, right? Like, 2 of them will pump oxygenated blood, and 2 of them will leave kind of the deoxygenated blood, and that's what is happening in alternative cycles. It's like you bring back life into their life. You bring back aliveness, or they are bringing a lot of aliveness in your life. Maybe your life was not fun, and they are bringing back the fun. They are bringing back the playfulness. Like, love doesn't need to be like a serious affair, a romantic love. It can be fun, it can be lighthearted, it can be freeing, it can be whatever you guys are comfortable with, whatever the two people that are in love, whatever they are comfortable with. And they don't, like, you don't have to fit into society's ideas of romance or whatever. And I feel like your future spouse is kind of going to show you that that's what's happening. We have Gnosis. Oh my gosh, you won't believe, this card is the card that came out when I was shuffling this deck. You guys, this is like mad synchronicity. I know that some of you might not believe me when I say that this is the card that fell out when I was shuffling the spirit animal deck, and then this is the card that fell out when I was shuffling the archetypes deck. Now all of these cards look the same, and I shuffled them properly before I picked out before I was got them ready to pick the piles for you, and then I filmed the process where I picked out the cards, so you know that I'm not lying. Like, I really did shuffle it properly. And I cannot believe that the very same cards that fell out from the deck when I was shuffling off camera, those are the very same two cards. And both of them, I'm only using two decks today, and those are the very same cards that come out for you. This is so beautiful to me. That is already telling me that you guys are going from like 2 to 4. You guys are going from 2 to 4. Maybe you'll have 2 children or a family of 4 in the future with your future spouse. Maybe you're planning to have 2 kids. That's what I'm feeling. One of you or both of you is extremely nurturing, extremely motherly, and that's like a trait that the other person is in love with. But at the same time, I'm also seeing that you guys love your freedom, and you guys are independent individually, and it's like you are choosing to be with each other. So as much as this person gets nervous around you, and like, I'm picking up a lot of 18 plus stuff here, like with this eel and the shape of this eel. Now, if you know, you know. If you don't, then I don't know. Maybe you should uh, reach out to me for the limited edition version of this, because I can't get into the 18 plus details here. Yeah, bring your ideas to life. I feel like they've manifested you. One of you or the both of you have manifested each other, and this relationship is going to be the relationship of your dreams. If you have like a particular dream or something, if you have a certain specific vision about your future life, about your family life, like where you're going to live, what kind of house do you want to live in, how many children do you want to have, do you want to have a boy or a girl, or like 2 girls or 2 boys or whatever. I'm seeing that that is exactly what you're getting. Like, you're getting what you're dreaming of. That's what you're getting. And that's the final message, I think. If you want more 18 plus side of things, where basically I am looking at the very first time your future spouse has any sexual feelings or thoughts towards you, and why they have them, when do they have them, what did they see, what are their fantasies, like what did they want to do to you during that first sexual thought or feeling. That's what I'm looking at in the limited edition version. It's going to be a paid reading, so after you make the payment, the reading will be made available to you within 48 hours. So you can reach out to me via email ID, which is the Mystique Tarot 28. I'll leave that in the description so you guys can have easy access to it. Yeah, but I feel like this was it for the reading. This is the moment where they realize it's love. Yeah. Hopefully, I'll see you in my next reading. I want to take the time to thank you, my dear precious soul, for being here. I wish you could feel the electricity running through, like, the blood, your future spouse's blood, literally, because you guys are, maybe you guys are Aquarius. Like, you guys are one hell of a shocking, in the most beautiful way, unexpected kind of person to your future spouse. Like, that's what I'm feeling. This is absolutely amazing to me, and I really love it. I am going to end the reading here. I thank you for being here. I thank your future spouse. I thank your spirit guides and my spirit guides for allowing me to channel these beautiful messages. If you're wondering what your painting looks like, it's still wet. but this is what it looks like. God, it's beautiful. I love it. I hope you love it too. This is what it's looking like. Just one color. As you can see, it's still a bit wet around this area, so I'm gonna wait for that to dry. Yeah, I hope you had fun listening to this reading, because I definitely had a lot of fun creating this reading. And I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. I thank you so much for stopping by, my dear lovely souls that chose pile number 3. And yeah, consider liking the video if you did. Subscribe if you haven't, to be part of my soul family. I will be uploading more watercolor readings, of course, in the future, and future spouse reading. Feel free to leave any suggestions as well. I'll try to do those readings. It gives me a lot of ideas on what kind of readings you want, so I can make those readings for you on this channel here. And I feel like I'm forgetting to tell you something. What is it, Spirit? Is there anything? Oh, this is a very specific message, but I'm seeing something related to pregnancy. If you are a woman watching this, something related to pregnancy, you're going to enjoy. I just heard you're going to enjoy getting pregnant and being pregnant. Oh my gosh. Okay, no more 18 plus, please. We'll save that for the limited edition. Only for 111 people. We'll save that. Okay, you guys, I will take your leave now. I think that was the last message. It's like Spirit wouldn't let me go. They were like, wait, focus, wait, there's one final message. So that needed to come through. You needed to hear it, pile number 3. Okay, I'll take your leave now. Bye. I hope you had fun, and hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. As always, I love you so much and wish you the very best in your journey towards your soulmate, towards your future spouse, and your own self-development and discovery of your own spiritual self. Bye.